Kia ora i te whānau. Okay, so here we are with page 4, I believe. I've just cut this from the masterboard for the background. It is just an A5. I will put this again into this week's folder just in case you don't have any leftover from the last time you printed it. I've tried to do as much prep as possible again. So this, as you can see, is just slightly shy of the A5. That's so that we can put our binding on. I'm not going to double the page yet because I am thinking there's going to be some hardware between here and I don't want it to go through the backing page. So this guy, all I've done, white card, covered it with some old music paper, which I can't copy because I don't know if it's out of copyright. Music's quite difficult like that. Found a little picture that I liked out of a children's encyclopedia. Once again, you can choose any picture you like to put in there. It doesn't have to be a bird. But what I did want to do, and as you can see, I haven't put the whole picture in there. What I do want to do is soften that image. So I've got some mesh, and I've been playing around with actually all sorts. Been playing around with putting that over it, but I thought that hides the picture just slightly too much. And I didn't think that one layer of mesh does anything. So I ended up going with, I also had a little mesh with little flowers on it that Rochelle had given me, but that it was too hard to get the face of the bird and the bits that I wanted in the picture. So I think I've decided to go with that. Still looks a bit plain for me, so I just chopped a little bit of this, and I'm thinking that maybe that can go over in the corner, just to add a little bit. Maybe about there. Now, I have made this. This is simply just, you know, there's little mini playing cards that you get, but I don't even know why I did that because I covered it anyway. So chop a piece of cardboard and make your life easier because they're plastic coated and they're an absolute nightmare to use with glue. So all I did, this is just one of those little rub-on transfer butterflies, and I just transferred that onto a little piece of acetate. I covered 2 pieces of card this size with some French book paper, and so made 2 of them, obviously, to sandwich that acetate that has the little rub-on transfer in between those 2 layers. This is just a little piece of the watercolor paper, so I will put that in just so that you know which one it is. You may have already printed it off by now if you've got the pack, but that was just to give it a little handle. And I have made this pocket. Literally all I do so we're just going to pretend that that's straight. I will just decide kind of what size I want behind there, and then I will cut that excess off so that I can glue that flap down. Then I just fold that up so that I've got the bottom of where I want the flap for the back, and then I just cut down there, across there, down there, across there, put the divot in and ink it. So there's no reason why you couldn't just cut a piece of paper and go glue, glue, glue and put it behind there as well. So I just thought that might look quite cool behind there like that, just so that it adds another layer. And then I haven't put a number in this journal. I'm pretty sure we're number 40. So I was just going to maybe put that up there but it just didn't look substantial enough. So I thought even just that little bit of lace up there helps. And then this guy, I couldn't decide. I quite like him there. So either I was going to put a little pocket here and put a cigarette card in it, and then this guy was going to slide in behind there like a little secret, because we like our little bits that pop out. And I just felt I needed a little bit more of a layer there. And I did originally have that guy up there, and then I had played around with just putting him up there. And to be honest, I still haven't decided. So what I'm going to do is, and I still don't know whether I want to put a cigarette card there. I think maybe I do, because I really like the fact, and that I will have to put a little eyelet through and just a little bit of lace so that it will give you something to be able to pull that out. So I need to make another little pocket, and I'm just going to make it exactly the same way that I did that, but smaller. I'm going to wrap it around the cigarette card. I'm just telling you all of this because it will be me just crafting, and I won't really be saying anything because it's pretty simple, and I'll cut the bits out that you don't need to see. So then it's just a matter of doing things in the right order. So I will just, I don't need to explain it. You'll be able to see exactly what's going on. And I'll fast forward it a little bit and cut bits out that you don't need to see, like the gluing. I will just, usually you'll see me start here and finish. That means that I have glued the whole thing, but I've cut out all of that. Okay, so just so you don't think that I just glue that little area, that's just going to be an indication that I have glued before I've put it on or before I've put those on. Okay. Okay, so we want this sitting out of here. So what I need to do is decide where I don't want to glue. Okay, so I thought it was a bit boring, so I just want to add a couple of extra little bits. You'll be using little bits that you have, maybe a fussy cut, maybe a charm. You'll make this part your own. I'm just going to add a little label and one of these little metal resined charms that I've made. See the lace that I bought in my thrift haul. Justifying. Okay, so I just want to stamp a 40 in here. Pretty sure I'm up to journal 40. Will depend if I put out one between, oh well, this can be 40. And these are just a set that I got off Temu. Going to use black archival, and with numbers I don't stamp too heavy. It tends, I just roll it around a little bit, otherwise it tends to distort the numbers a bit too much. Actually, so I've just decided that I need something behind that nameplate, and there's a bit of faffing going on here, but I will leave it in because I know some of you like to see my process, and I mess around with quite a few different fabrics until I get the right one. finally happy. I just want to age this one a little bit more with a bit more ink. I'm just going to use these little brads that I've got. We'll put a little bit of glue just to help get it there in the first place. Okay, so there's another page done, I think. Once we put a couple of things in the pockets there and pockets in here, I think that will be all nice and full. And although this, I guess this journal, it's definitely not that recommended for beginners, because I'm expecting that you know how to make tags, how to make pockets, how to make bits and pieces like that, how to cover the paper, the card first with some paper, etc. Please do let me know if I'm getting the editing right. Like if I'm going too fast, if you do want to see how to put the paper on, I'll just go by the general consensus of, you know, how many people feel they need that, etc. But yeah, please just let me know. I'm doing this for you guys, so you just let me know if I'm going too fast or editing too much, or if you are a medium to advanced person, can you let me know, yep, that's perfect if that's the case, just so that I know. That would be absolutely great and really helpful for me. So there's that one done, and I think it actually looks really good on the back of this page. I think those two will go really nicely together. That's if that isn't going to be our front page because it's got the 40 on it, but I don't think it needs to be. But I think those two sit really lovely together. But we'll see how we go when we put it all together. That's the beauty of the ring bound. We can decide where we want them once we've done it. And just remember, obviously, I'm going to put that on there. But as of yet, I don't quite know what I'm doing on the back of that page. So I will leave this one as is for now. And then when I'm putting it together with another page, obviously, you'll see this one come back. Okay guys, until next time, thank you for being with me, and please know that I appreciate you all so much, and thank you for some of the photos that I've already seen of the page that's been put together of that one. Blown away, absolutely blown away. And until next time, love you guys heaps. Mā te wā.